And the videos were sent to Israel for blackmail operations against Americans.
If it were proven, what would the U.S. establishment do?
Nothing. Nothing. Too many American leaders have been videotaped by Jeffrey Epstein. There's not going to be any action from the American political establishment. The American ruling class is corrupt, and the American people must clean house. Both parties, both political parties in America are controlled by Zionists. There is no choice in America.
It was made very clear to me. No, you're just a servant. You're white. And I'm just like, let me tell you something. If I walk out of here not, at all racist, it's a freaking miracle, because I'm still, I struggle every day with it. I'm like, oh, I was so abused. It's just, I guess it could have happened from any group, but because they're the ones that happen to control the world, it's hard. It's really hard. Like this specific group, of elites. And the other thing that pisses me off is this whole anti-Semitic BS, because they called Bernie Sanders anti-Semitic.
Oh,
you know
yeah,
what I mean?
know.
Like, when is it going to end?
Sanders is an anti-Semite. I think he tolerates anti-Semitism. It's done over the years.
I've interviewed Bernie Sanders many times. I've never heard him make an anti-Semitic comment. And then, Alan, he's Jewish.
So is Norman Finkelstein. So is Noam Chomsky. So is Gilad Atzmon. Some of the worst people in terms of not promoting Jewish values are Jews. That's no excuse. Karl Marx was a Jew, at least a Jew by heritage. So that's no excuse.
Like,
it's out of control.
Plus,
and the whole
I'm really one of my best
you
friends.
You can't say that, even though you just mentioned that what Ghislaine told you, right? And Sheldon Adelson, he's on video saying all I care about is being a good citizen of Israel, and he's the top political donor in the United States.
I guess all of the elites. I don't know. This is how the elites speak to their, quote, servants. They're I don't know, just like the regular people who aren't Jewish, that aren't allowed to eat at the country clubs. And it's a big part of it. The whole time I was there, I lost 20 pounds. I was very small anyway, but I lost 20 pounds because I wasn't allowed to go get food. And when I called Ghislaine and asked why I couldn't eat there, she said, it's a Jewish country club. You're not Jewish. They're not going to serve you. This is how this woman spoke to me. Yeah, this is how these people think, Whitney. They, honest to God, think their DNA is better than everybody else's. I swear to you. It was a theme all the time with them. With Eileen Guggenheim, with, Jeffrey Epstein, with Ghislaine. It was a theme. Jeffrey was a lot less horrible than Ghislaine as far as a human being, like just being around, because she was raping just as many children.
So the country club, you weren't allowed to go because it was only for, people of a certain religion and ethnicity. Okay, so that's unfortunate. Wow.
I mean, they could cut you down, and it was so morally devastating. Like, you just felt useless as a human being when you were told you're nothing because you're not Jewish, you're stupid, you're useless, a useless white girl, a poor little peasant. Just the things that I was called, I was just like, I believed it, because it was like a cult. The problem. Yeah, you wouldn't believe the way Jeffrey and Ghislaine spoke about African Americans. It was like, it made my skin crawl. Anybody who was not Jewish, and you're right about this, but the way they spoke about them, it was really horrifying. And it showed me a great deal about how these people truly believe that they're chosen to do something here. I don't know. It's unbelievable to me. And it was every one of them, the way they spoke. And one time I heard Isabel say to her mother, Eileen, Mommy, why do you call Maria a nobody? And she said, honey, Isabel, Maria is not a Jew. She is a nobody.
Wow. Well, it is worth
so
pointing.
You can see why for about 20 years.
That type of stuff I might actually include just because the Maxwell family have
you
ties
should include
to this
it.
group.
You should include it.
What's it called? Chabad Lubavitch. And group openly talks about how only Jews are human and the rest of human beings are like cattle.